right, so we are back. So last we left off, the party here had just had a intense fight, one might say, in the former town hall that's been converted into a barracks slash cafeteria. Let's just call it for the crestfallen pirates. You, at the behest of Ukul, to retrieve his withered staff that he had has been on a warpath towards, smash through the front door, unleashing a torrent of death within. All of you following suit. You managed to kill Van, the cook of the Sea Hag, in a very demeaning way, one might say. Only to unveil that not only were there just regular, let's just call it quote unquote, regular crestfallen pirates within, but also two what are now revealed to be succubus that were acting as courtesans within the mess itself. So we pick up in the aftermath as one of them had flown off in a pretty... You're not sure which direction. Well, no, you would be. It would be in a southerly direction, but it looked like she possibly was going to be moving in another one. It doesn't matter, though, because Mo put her down very quickly from a severe distance.
Quick question.
Yes, Robo.
The succubi.
Yes.
When they die, do they
good question.
vanish? Or do they
Good
stay?
question. They are fiends. Let me check real fast. Because that could get interesting. Okay. So, fun fact. Most creatures from the Nine Hells, when they die, they turn into ash, basically, and they're transported to where they're from. I'm going to go... It doesn't say it specifically when you look up the stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and say that's what happens, because that's normally what happens with most fiendish entities. So, for this purpose, the creature in question has, you would see as the one that Velry killed, turned to ash in her mouth. You still drank from her before she completely died, but she just kind of like, and almost like in like a wisp of fire, just kind of, and then just disperses into like a cloud of ash. Likewise, luckily for you, the succubus that Moog slew in the distance was scattered to ash. Leaving just a few bolts kind of off in the distance in case anybody might have seen a large winged figure flying out. You're not sure. However, there is no body to recover. So there's that.
Do we hear like off in the distance?
Dismembered baby's
like,
arms.
Someone got shot from far away.
That is a good point. I really want to do it.
What was the question?
I really want to. I would say probably no, because it would have had to have actually hit to do the damage. So I would say that it just drops wherever the succubus died. The question was if Moog, your shot, much like a video game, would have gone through the creature after it died and then hit someone else, like 300 feet past or something.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
It would have to.
It would be
okay,
cool.
You know what? We're doing it. We're fucking doing it.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Go
pretty
ahead. Mo, go ahead and roll me an attack roll, please, with your crossbow.
cool. Oh, sure. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll just see. Let's just see.
I mean, you know.
Why not?
Call sharp.
You know, why not?
Oh, a critical. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. I hope it's a couple guys playing poker and one
It's
of
going to
them
help you
takes a
guys.
bolt.
It's going to help you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay,
As
so...
you hear off
yeah.
in the distance, severe distance, Mo, you hear... Ah! I mean, you don't even see, you don't even know where the bolt went. It went through the succubus, which then turned to like ash, and then you're like, huh. That's it. Hear her cry out
That's
from the
funny.
distance somewhere.
Hilarious. Somebody died.
Probably Krobus, whatever his name was.
Krellix, yeah, it might be him. You'll go walk up, it'll be a little goblin bolt sticking out of his chest. Anyways, as the dust is settled, Moog, you kind of lower your crossbow, admiring your skill from such distance. Ukul is going to breathing a little bit heavy, and you see there's blood pouring down his forehead onto the ground where Rogar just beat the shit out of him. Vicious blow, one would say. Mighty blow. He kind of looks over towards Rogar. Respect.
I am sorry, Turtle.
It is fine. I was not myself. I apologize for my actions, small one. He talks towards Velry, who's significantly smaller than him. But, it is what it is.
Sorcerer, I am sorry as well. You seem to have taken a couple
Realign
hits.
my jaw.
He's like, oh.
Here.
Slap him on
And
the
Roy will
shoulder.
pull out his sake and offer giant gourd to him.
Yeah, partaking in that.
Yeah, you kind of grab a hold of the huge gourd. I would make you make a strength check, and it would be embarrassing. But I'll say that Rogar kind of holds it a little bit for you. It's kind of pours it. So you kind of,
A baby bottle.
Drink deep.
Yeah, sup from it like a small goat. Yes, Zoom.
Back before, they said that Vaughn liked to collect magical artifacts. Can we try to search this area and see if we can find
It's up
some
to you.
of that?
I don't know. What are you guys
Typically,
doing?
I wanted to look at that ring that was on his finger.
Okay, you move towards
Or
Vaughn's,
get it,
Vaughn's accordion corpse. It looks like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Prometheus, but that's what it looks like. It looks like the little thing that's squished down. More Velry crushed him into a little... It's fucking gross. Okay?
While
it's
the
gross.
rest of the party is looking for items or whatever, I'm going to head to a window or door, try to close things up.
Okay. The front door is unable to be closed.
Okay.
Because the
That's
door
valid
is in
point,
the middle of
valid
the
point.
room. As you move towards it, and then you look towards the window, you smash through. Huh. And then you look back towards the window that Velry slipped through a window, so it probably wouldn't be shattered, but it probably, and it would be.
Rogar is going to at least try to keep an eye out for other
Rogar
people coming
sticks
while the
his
rest
head
of the
out. Big white
party
dragonborn, illuminated, looking outside. I love it. I love it. I'll keep that in mind. We'll do that in a second.
Yeah.
Let's have Trist, Velry, and Zune give me investigation checks.
I did not do well.
Let me find your guys' stuff.
Portly.
Okay. So Zune and Velry, not so much. Let's say Zune had a 4. So is that a natural 1, Zune? No, it's not? Okay, you just have a really crappy score. Okay, got it. All right. So Zune, you're kind of like, oh, and you get a little queasy. You're like, oh, looking at the state of some of these corpses in here. It's like, ooh. You've seen some stuff in the Underdark, but what Velry did, as well as what happened in here to several of these individuals, is horrendous.
I mean, he didn't look good to begin with, so what she did on top of that is just...
And Velry, you get distracted as you're moving towards Vaughn's corpse, because you see that Ukul has grabbed a hold of the Straw Hat Ronin and has drug him to the center of the room, and he's conducting a ritual over the corpse. He's doing this. He's like, oh, and he's speaking in a guttural language that none of you understand. It sounds bubbling and wet as he's speaking it. He's just kind of doing some kind of motions over the top of this corpse right now. Trist, it would definitely be necromantic in origin. You would definitely recognize that. Velry would definitely recognize that, giving her background. Trist, a little more focused in the moment. You move over to the corpse of Vaughn. And what you find is, first off, the ring, while valuable, does not appear to be magical in nature. It's almost like a class ring, big, gaudy set of diamonds around the top, and there is a picture of a crest, probably a family crest, not one that you recognize, but you kind of take it off, pocket that, I'm sure, for later.
Yeah.
You do see on his person, first off, there is a rounded leather case. You kind of take it and open it up, and you see a set of bone dice inside. Close it. Then you also see there are 3 more things that catch your attention. One is a pouch on his belt that you kind of like have to move aside some of the smashed flesh to get to. And you find 2 scrolls, obviously magical in nature, intact, smeared with blood, but intact. As well, let me find it real fast. You find, bear with me just 1 second while I grab this. Okay. You find it looks like a flask. And it sounds like there's liquid sloshing inside of it. As well as another pouch on his person that appears to be discolored, and it's like a decently sized sack. I shouldn't say pouch. It's like a sack full of something. So you have all these items.
Pop the flask open, give it a smell.
Smells like sake.
Going back on that too.
Throw it back, you. Oh. Your passive perception is very good, Trist. There doesn't appear to be a change in the amount of sake in this flask.
Yes. Put that in my little bag.
You gotta tuck that one away for later.
In my book with my other scrolls.
You kind of get them and kind of put them in the same kind of area, kind of collecting all this stuff.
Open the sack.
Open the sack. Okay, so it appears to be empty.
Appears to be empty?
It appears to be empty as you look inside, but it weighs about 2 pounds, which is, it doesn't look like it should weigh that much because it's empty.
All right. Like tip it upside down, let them fall out.
Nothing.
All right. Well, we definitely want to keep a hold of this one. Valerie, you can hang on to this. I'll toss the bag to Valerie.
Okay.
So throw ours at the door.
Now, I will say, Trist, it is definitely not a bag of holding, if that's what you're going for, because you would recognize one of those. It is something else.
We have one.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spin the spell slot right now to identify it.
Okay. You can always ritually identify stuff.
It takes 10 minutes, though. I don't know if we have 10 minutes. That's
10 minutes,
the
bro.
thing.
Time is passing right now as Ukul is presiding over this ceremony, and it's going to take Trist you a little bit of time to collect all this stuff. In the meantime, Rogar's on the lookout. Moog, what are you doing? Besides chewing.
Sorry. Well, I don't know. He doesn't have anything to collect. He's marveled at his own, greatness already.
Of course he has. Yes. Stroking the shaft.
Yeah, basically.
Crossbow.
Basically, Still thinking about that last.
Thinking about it. Just
offer him some of the flask.
Getting off the distance.
He maybe starts to put together the last bolt and that distant cry, just a little
Mhm.
bit, shakes it off. And kind of, we've already done all our investigating, right?
This has been happening. This is while this is happening. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The turtle is conducting a strange ritual in the middle of the room, by the way.
Yeah, I'd probably just observe the ritual. Moog doesn't have a whole lot to do.
I turn around and just kind of,
just kind of,
kind of stare at it.
as he's pondering,
Yeah. After about a minute passes, and Trist is still gathering stuff. So it'd be Velry, Zune, and Moog. Since Rogar's kind of looking out. You would see as the corpse of the Ronin. Suddenly, water begins to bubble out of his open-gaped mouth. It just begins to spill out along the floor. And then suddenly his flesh becomes green and molten. And he unnaturally sits up and rises. And he looks wet, sopping wet, as if he had been drowned in the sea. And as he stands up, he kind of, his head rights, and you see glowing red orbs for eyes. He picks up his weapons and sheaths them, and then looks at Ukul. Good. You shall serve for now. And he begins, yeah, that's what he does for now.
Ukul,
Yes.
You never said what deity you worshipped.
Hmm. And he's moving over to another corpse at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's grabbing a hold of it as you're speaking this. I serve the only deity, the greatest, the bringer of the waves, the storm, Typhus, the dredger of the deep.
Yes.
And he's beginning to conduct this ritual again on another corpse.
Don't they consider that a dark deity?
To be dark is not to be wrong. They speak of darkness because they know not what it is. This is power. This is life. This keeps you alive beneath the sea.
So, Moog just saw this guy reanimate the dead.
Oh, there is a drowned corpse next to you that formerly was the Straw Hat Ronin. It is no longer. It is animated. It is a zombie in some way.
I'm going to move away from that.
Yeah, you're like
a little bit with a bolt in my crossbow.
Yes, and Ukul's performing this ritual again.
Yeah,
doing the same thing over another corpse. This is actually one of the
crossbow
corpses.
is kind of pointed at Ukul right now.
Yeah, this is one of the corpses that Moog had. One of the people he had killed.
Him up once. I don't want to corpse him up again.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's conducting this ritual again over the second corpse.
Corpse him up and send him home to mama.
Yeah. So you guys do anything else? Or you're gonna wait for this to finish?
Tristan's gonna be like poking and prodding the Ronin that's standing. Very interesting.
Somebody needs to talk to.
Poke him, and he doesn't move. He just he feels wet.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to talk to Ukul. What are you doing here, Ukul?
He's in the middle of conducting his ritual. And it's this guttural language that he's speaking.
Trist, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's one of those. There's two of them. They were they brothers? The two deities?
Rumored.
Mm-hmm. There's a good one and a bad one. Apparently, our friend here serves the less good one.
Rogar, what do you think of this?
I don't know much of sorcery. I have heard of and seen things brought back from the dead.
That didn't go so well from your friend, from what I can understand.
Did not. But I don't know if we have much more time here. We perhaps should go back to the other building with the other prisoners.
Here to his own desires.
Either that, or he can come with us. But we need to find a place to lie low for perhaps an hour or so. Heal up. Short rest style.
Yeah. By the time you finish speaking, another minute has passed, and a similar thing happens to the second corpse.
Turtle, we leave.
It stands up. Ukul shall bring death upon these. I go for Morag. Do you follow?
We are not ready to go immediately.
I wish to leave now.
One does not attack a hunter bear if you are not in your tip-top shape.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Rogar.
All right.
Well, now, Ukul, there's also some of these cadavers back in that other room. We can go back there and...
Jesus, Rogar.
Rogar's pretty charming.
He is. He's charming. He's surprisingly charming. I will say, let me roll for it, because he's actually has a pretty damn good insight. Let's see here. What did you get?
22.
You barely beat him on this one. He kind of furrows his as much of a brow as he has. It's not really much of one. I mean, he's a damn turtle person. Kind of scrunches his kind of like skin up here. Perhaps we wait short time. Then
Death is not always quick, my friend. It's slow, calculating.
Fine. We gather allies. I create more. And his zombies flank him as you guys move. I'm assuming you're moving. You're leaving this place of death.
I'm assuming everyone investigated to their heart's content.
I will say there's a shitload of money just spilled on the floor. That doesn't require an investigation check to scoop up. Trist was a little busy, so either Zune or Velry, maybe even Moog. If you guys wanted to try to snag that, you can. It's up to you.
Pick up some money.
So Moog, you guys want to pick up some cash too? Okay. Let me roll for it real fast. That would be... You find... you each... So Zune, Moog, and Velry, you each find 11 gold pieces. You each find 20 silver pieces. And if you want to take the time, you can each collect up to 46 copper pieces in this time. In this time that all
saved as a penny earned. Man.
Hogue is like kind of scooping shit up with his big ass arms. He's just like kind of scooping them up into like a pile. Zune.
Hogue's trying not to have to put one into Oogle because he's a little creeped out right now.
He's scaring you a little bit. I mean, that's
no. I'm just I'm just keeping my eye on him. Is what I'm saying.
And as you see Ukul kind of crack his neck and he begins to move, you see as there's a surge of energy kind of comes from his hands and kind of encompasses him, and he is fully healed. Kind of inhales as the water inhales into his lungs, and then suddenly all of the wounds, the massive wound that Rogar bestowed upon him is fully healed. We go. And I'm assuming we're leaving. So Rogar was keeping a lookout most of the time. You didn't see anything immediately, Rogar. Who's going to lead you guys back?
I'll do it.
You'll do it? Velry's
stealthily, right?
Leading the way. So Velry's taking point on this. So go ahead and give me a stealth roll, Velry. And we'll kind of do this a little bit differently on the way back.
One more time. First one was better. 23.
23? All right, so 23. And then why don't we have somebody that is not Velry give me a perception test. Perception. It's like Moog. Jesus
Doesn't he get
Christ.
advantage?
Good thing you have advantage, Moog.
Well,
Roll again.
Let me do that again. Not much better. Literally
Nope.
one better.
Not better.
I get it, Moog. I get it. You know.
Yeah, it's hard. Sorry.
Jesus, Moog.
There's hair in my eyes.
So, as you guys are moving, you're moving back towards the. I'm assuming you guys are moving back towards the Bitterstout Trading Company, to where you would retrieve the prisoners. You're moving in that direction, and you hear a voice call out, "You there? I think something might have happened. We have a wounded man. Have you seen Van?" There's a voice calling out in the distance.
Us?
Towards in your direction.
I will cast Disguise Self
Okay.
and look like
Just on you.
a person.
Okay.
Whatever they're wearing, you know.
Whatever they're wearing. you kind of like take on it. It's like a loose kimono, but with bits of bits of armor on it. With the
look
white
like a
shroud.
person.
Yeah, you look like just a normal hobgoblin. You kind of.
Don't worry, I got this.
Okay. It's very low light where you guys are, so these people are just kind of seeing shapes from a distance. So they have not seen the giant dragonborn or the turtle with the zombies next to it yet, but it's looking like it's going to happen soon. So do you move out into visual range, Trist?
Oh yeah, and I come running up too, I'm out of breath.
You're
I'm a little beat up already. Someone beat the shit out of me.
It's true. You kind of come up and you see that it's a party of about 6 hobgoblins. Something happened. The damn door's blown off the hinges.
It did. There's two things. They flew out. They flew out of the room and they flew that direction.
Which way?
Over there to the west, whatever direction they went.
Go ahead and give me a deception
Fighting
check. Yeah, I'll give you advantage though because you are disguised.
Oh yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Let me roll insight. Nope. Definitely not. Yeah. All right. We should probably tell Malthus about this. Hey, why don't you go tell him, and you go tell Smug Guy something's up. All right, boss. I got it.
Tell Smug Guys.
Yeah. Why don't you go check on the prisoners? I mean, looking towards you, Trist.
Yes. Yeah. Good idea.
You got a bunch of people there. Are you guys from the barracks?
Yeah, just from the barracks over there.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll check things out over here. You go do what you need to do. We might be raising the alarm soon.
Yeah. Not too soon though. We'll stay calm.
You say that as you begin to kind of walk away, Trist. All right. There is that. So, Trist, you go back to the party. Most of you are kind of quietly.
Wait for the coast is clear, you know?
Coast is clear.
Woo! Woo!
All of you, after the beautiful bird call of Trist, all of you gather back up and begin moving once again towards the Bitterstout Trading Company. You make it the rest of the way with no issue. The door is firmly closed. There still is the damaged window and, of course, the hatch above that you know how to get in. So what would you guys like to do?
Knock, knock.
Do you knock, Trist?
I was gonna go to the window and see, make sure that our people are still in there.
Yeah, and you were pretty stealthy. You go up to the window. Go ahead and give me a perception test, Valerie.
Not
6.
great.
You don't see anything as you look into the window. You don't see. In fact, you don't see Bucket either. Room looks empty.
I'm gonna go tell the party that I don't see anybody in there.
Okay. She kind of scampers back to the rest of you.
Can I cast message? It says that. Okay, I'd like to cast message for what was the name of the chick? I always forget. The cook.
Oh, I don't know her name.
It says
You
that
have to be
I
able to
can...
see him though to cast message too.
It says you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message. It can reply.
That's true.
You can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier, which I know is beyond the barrier.
Okay, so you do it towards
Shira?
the... Yeah, it's sure. You do it towards the Bittersnap Trading Company, and
60-foot range.
Go to cast message. What do you say?
Cheryl, we're outside the door. Please let us in.
You wait a second. No response.
Oh, she's in there.
Yeah.
Going in. Knock, knock. Don't
Knock.
shoot me.
Is that what you say? Don't shoot me?
Yeah. Don't shoot.
Don't shoot me. No response.
Jiggle the handle.
It opens.
All right, going in. Don't shoot.
You open the door. Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot me.
You open the door. Take a step inside, Trist. You hear as Moog farts because his player's not here from behind you.
Damn it, Moog.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Rogar moves in.
beef and cheese.
Beef and cheese.
I was worried at first that you actually heard me fart.
Oh, damn it. What were you saying, Rogar?
Rogar moves in. Mind you, I have blind sight.
Yes, you do.
Do I smell anything besides
You're kind of like
Moog?
no. The smell of Moog is overpowering, but you don't smell anything else. There are. You also don't see any of the corpses. There are still the blood stains everywhere. With your tracking abilities, Rogar, you can tell that the bodies have been piled up behind some crates out of view. Cages are empty.
And Rogar Moog totally passes off the corpse smell. He's like, "Whoa, everybody smell that? It's pretty bad."
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
My eyes are watering.
yeah.
Looks like nobody's home.
Ukul comes walking in. Where's Brian? He said he would be here. The big one is gone as well.
No evidence of where they are?
Yeah. Signs of struggle or anything?
Why don't you give me a survival check, Rogar?
Is there light in here, or is it just dark?
It is actually dark in here. There were lights before. All of the lights have been turned out. Go ahead and give me a survival check, Rogar.
Okay. 18.
So it's difficult to tell. You guys turned this place into a bloody battlefield the first time you were here. The corpses have all obviously been moved, and that happened after you guys had left, because it was not like that when you left. Bucket was also sleeping in his cage, unshackled. He's no longer there. You don't see any sign. It's hard to tell if signs of struggle because there was so much of a struggle to begin with, but you don't see anything else that would lead you to believe there was another fight here. As far as you can tell, Rogar. That's what you get.
I relay the information to the party.
We need to rest up anyway.
They did say they were going to try to get their armor back from Smug Eye, right?
The quartermaster.
Possibility.
That was in the what's the building left standing? It's in the shop, right?
It was in the Codfathers. Yes.
The Godfathers, yeah. And we almost got spotted by him earlier.
I said we'd take our rest and see if they return. If they don't, we head to the ship. They had a boat. Someone had a boat. Like they offered.
There was a small skiff out there. Yeah, there's a skiff out there. That's what that's what you remember.
It's still there.
Okay. As far as you know, yes.
Okay. So we take our rest.
We're taking a rest.
Return.
You guys all begin to try to quiet yourself. Ukul kind of walks in, his bodyguards moving with him. And he moves over towards the pile of corpses and drags another one out, another Ronin. Drags it out, and then he looks at it, he tosses it back, and drags a different one, a smaller one, a thinner one. Drags it out, begins to conduct his ritual once again. I'm assuming you guys are you guys taking watch? Or are you closing the door? How are you doing this?
I'm assuming we probably close the door and then look out the windows if we can.
Yeah. Velry, it's easy enough for Velry to be a lookout because she can stick to walls like a creepy spider. But as that happens, Ukul performs his ritual one more time, and a similar thing happens to this corpse. However, when this corpse gets up, instead of brandishing a sword, it goes for a small dagger and goes ahead and grabs one of the crossbows that were left here and slides in a bolt, and then holds it. There are 3 zombies with Ukul at this point.
Tristan is fascinated by this.
I'm sure you are. And I will say, Trist, this is not arcane magic. This is definitely divine, and it's a little unsettling. Probably to most people it would be unsettling. Now your group, I don't know. To be honest with you, all of you are a little off in your own ways. So, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this, but it's happening. However, you guys all begin to kind of take your rest, take your time. And as you are resting, Velry, go ahead and give me a perception test, please.
Well, no, I was rolling my health recover.
I see that.
I'm done now. You said perception?
Yes, please.
Oh, Jesus.
7. Velry, you're somewhat distracted by the gurgling chant of Ukul behind you. Kind of it disturbs you, distracts you enough that you don't seem to perceive anything happening outside. And yes, you guys are all currently taking a short rest. An hour passes, and there's somewhat quiet. You do hear in the distance, you hear things happening. You also hear as there is a large gong-like sound. Boom, boom, boom. It's run 3 times, and it's loud, reverberates the walls a little bit. Ukul looks back. He will be coming soon. And that's what we're going to end tonight's episode of Whispers from the Stars. All right. So, sorry I ran a little bit long, guys. We had a massive fight. I don't know if you were there. But awesome game, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is, of course, Whispers from the Stars. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but let's see how the players enjoyed it. So we always do, favorite moments of the night. Let's start with Velry.
Gosh, there's so many. I killed so many people.
You did indeed.
I think, I don't know. I enjoyed slaughtering the 2 guys with my greatsword, without having using my claws.
That's true. First time.
That was nice. I didn't enjoy beating up Rogar, but at the same time,
let's be honest.
It was impressive how much it took to whack him back into existence.
It's true. He's such a strong will, one might say.
That's right.
Who knew his wisdom was so powerful?
So powerful.
Fair.
Wise.
Yes, exactly. But awesome. Speaking of the wise sage himself, how about Rogar? Favorite moments of the night?
Oh gosh, it probably it's probably either Zoom messaging the patrol. I came in.
Well, it worked out well.
Hey, go back over this way. And they're like, let's go back over that way. Yeah, I love that. Or it was Moog's sharpshooter display of dominance.
Dominance.
Oh, no, chilling.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
How about old Mr. Broadjaw himself, Moog, the beef and cheese?
Yeah, I some of the favorite parts were watching my compatriots become charmed and have to fight against us. Wondering how we were going to come out of that, and hoping that the battle lasted long enough for me to get in some good stuff. You know, and then calling sharpshooter. That's always fun for me.
You did it.
But Valerie climbing on the ceiling and eating a succubus to dust. That's a lot of fun. And then I'm perplexed by and the zombies.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird about it. It's all natural. It's all natural.
Can't be fine. He's coming. It's no big deal.
He's coming. Who's coming? I don't know who's coming, but somebody's coming.
Big all that fodder we have.
Yeah. How about Zoom? Favorite moments of the night, Zoom?
Yeah, there were several. The sharpshooting, of course, and Rogar failing to gracefully stumble into the room. Sorry. It was great. But I think my favorite moment of the night was probably Valerie landing on Vaughn and just that being it. Like, big bad, we were teeing up to take him on, and she just lands on him, and he's just dead.
Killed him.
It was so disappointing.
It was disappointing for me. Don't worry.
I want to know
I didn't only have 8
what
hit
his
points.
powers were. Like, what was he supposed to have done?
He was a sickly individual. Now, you don't know what his power was. You're never gonna find out. You killed him.
He also got devastated by Ugol, right? Did he attack Ugol?
No. Ugol didn't. That didn't do any damage. Just kind of knocked
him off. He just had 9
feet.
health.
He only had 9 hit points.
Fuck.
He was a very sickly individual. I rolled for his hit points, and it was sad. That's how he ended up that way. Let's go ahead and Tristan Varel.
Apart from Tristan's new interest in the necromancy that's happening, the poking and prodding, sitting with my back to that door, watching Moog play duck hunt, shooting the clay pigeon out of the sky.
He did.
And I just stare at him. It's like, nice shot.
It's gonna be great.
Son of a bitch.
Yep, he did it. It's upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing gets away. Nothing escapes. I try to be the guy that's like, oh yeah, they're gonna try to run away. Doesn't matter. They're not gonna get away.
Neither did the hobgoblin person that got sniped.
Guy off in the distance that died somewhere. God knows where. He just sprouts out of his back, dead.
Poor bastard. Bernie's brother.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's too.
No. We'll come to that when that takes place.
He just powered through that resistance too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Resist this.
Exceptional amount of damage, I might add. So
it's pretty great.
Anyways, if I had a favorite moment, well, it's not really a favorite moment. It's just the disappointment of one of my henchmen just died. He didn't even get attacked. He just had someone sit on him and he died. Turned into an accordion. He just kind of, and then that was it. He was gone. It was sad, but that's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not upset about it.
How could he survive a night with a succubus?
He got Wile E. Coyote.
You never know.
Maybe that's why he was sickly.
That's what it
was.
Sucked off every night.
We've all been there. We've all been there. You're the morning after a succubus is rough on everyone.
Okay. Dear God.
He wasn't a one and done.
Oh, so you guys don't know what was going on in there. Who knows? Anyways, regardless though, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, go and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, this has been Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. Thank you for watching, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good day.